Hey there, brawlers. This is Penny Z. Welcome to Debutante Brawl. I am broadcasting from Savannah, Georgia, the hotel room. This is my last night here, our last night here. I came down here with my best friend, and I met my dad here. And, well, we met in Atlanta and rented a car and drove down 3.5 hours. And let me tell you something. I have the worst luck with travel, I swear to God. So, we wake up at 3:45 in the morning in LA to go to the airport for a 6:05 flight because we had to get there by, 2 hours early, get there by 4 a.m. We get there, we check in at the kiosk, and then we hear a guy saying, if you're on the flight to Atlanta, leaving at 6:05, the flight was canceled, come in line over here. And there's another New York flight that was canceled too. So, that sucks. We go and get in line, and they hand out these little cards to us. This is Delta, by the way. Fuck you, Delta. And the cards have numbers, and they're like, you can call this if you need to. And so I call, and they're like, oh, no, your flight's not canceled. That flight, 6 a.m. flight is not canceled to Atlanta. What are you talking about? I'm like, it's most certainly canceled. It's on the boards, and they are rerouting us right now. We still have our bags and everything, and we're like, waiting like right at the front of the terminal. And they're like, all right, well, it's not canceled, but there's a 9 o'clock flight that I'll put you on anyways. So she says, after I'm on the phone waiting in line to be rerouted, says, get me on the 9 o'clock. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Because my dad is going to be meeting us in Atlanta, like right around the time we were supposed to get in. So after an hour and a half in line, excuse me, it's almost 6 o'clock. We've been at the airport for almost 2 hours so far. And we get up to the front. I thought I had a 9 o'clock flight that we were going to take. And she's like, oh, no. Okay, so you're going to be on a 7:15 flight to Salt Lake City. You have a 3.5 hour layover, and then you're going to take a flight from there to Atlanta. You'll arrive around 7 o'clock. So my dad, who's flying into Atlanta at noon, has to wait around for 7 hours. And, I'm pissed off and whatever. And I'm like, they told me they put me on the 9 o'clock flight. No. You're on this one-stop flight with a crazy long layover. Like, you guys are assholes. Fine. We check our bags. We take them to the TSA. Whatever. It's like, whatever. That kind of layover. At least our bags are going to make it, right? And sometimes if you check your bags and then they reschedule you, then the bags get screwed up. Well, let me tell you that we go to Salt Lake City, we fucking hang out there and do nothing, twiddle our thumbs for 3.5 hours, get on the plane, we get to Atlanta, it's 7 o'clock at night, my dad's been waiting there, half the day. We go to get the bags, they don't show up. We go to the bag people, whatever, like we figure things out. And they're like, oh yeah, your bags didn't make it. They didn't make the transfer in Salt Lake City. Because apparently 3.5 hours is not long enough for you to transfer bags from one flight to another. So, we're like, well, when are they getting in? He's like, well, it looks like they're on the next flight. They come in at 9. So we're like, well, we might as well wait around because we have to drive from Atlanta to Savannah that night. It's a 3.5 hour drive. That's why we were supposed to get in earlier so we could make it in to at least have dinner. So it's 7:30, it's 8 o'clock, whatever, or 7:45. We were like, all right, well, we'll just wait it out and we go have dinner in the airport. And then 9 o'clock rolls around. And then 9:30 rolls around. And it's basically around 9:30, 9:45 that plane finally gets in and our bags come out. Thank God we got them because they had my dilators in that bag. And I already went the whole day without dilating. Awesome. So I was thinking, great, this is going to be like, they're going to lose my bags. I'm not going to be able to dilate for however long it takes to get new dilators. Luckily, we got them. We rented a car. We pulled into Savannah, Georgia at 1:30 a.m. Awesome. I mean, granted, that's, only 12, 11, 10, 10:30 LA time. But, come on, we woke up at fucking 3:45 our time. So I don't know. Delta, that was supposed to be a simple flight. Yeah, I know it's not your fault the flight got canceled, but you didn't have to, tell me we were on the 9 o'clock flight, because you're liars. And, by the way, I called twice that number that they gave us on a card. And both times they told me that my flight wasn't canceled. One of the times was after 6 o'clock, after 6 a.m. when the flight was supposed to take off. They're like, no, it's not canceled. And finally, I'm like, it's canceled. Look it up. She puts me on hold for 20 minutes, comes back and goes, oh, I was looking up the wrong date. Apparently, they didn't know that the 6 a.m. flight was counted under the day before because it was a connecting flight or something from wherever. Anyways, I had to get that off my chest because I have a really bad luck flying. Like, every other time I fly, I get canceled, shoved to another flight. The flight is full. It turns out they oversold it. Just, some bullshit like that. They lose my bags. Like, I don't know how the world as a whole does with flying. But if they fuck up my flight every other time I travel, then I have to assume that that is just overall like 50-50. Like 50% of people who fly have a bad experience, or 100% of people do 50% of the time. So that's it. What are you going to do? Some places you have to fly. You have to get somewhere at a reasonable time. But that's why I like to road trip. That's why I like to drive. But, you use up a lot of gas. It's not that cheap. It takes you a long time to get somewhere. I drive to Savannah kind of frequently, actually. But, it takes me, between 2 and 3 days to get there. And the good news is I can pack whatever I want and I can take my dogs with me. But, it's like if I'm going to be in Savannah for 3 days, it's going to be, a 8-day trip or something like that. Anyways, so I came to Savannah, and then my mom drove up the day after we got there. So the first full day, she came up, and the reason I went to Savannah is I was looking for houses, possibly, as an investment opportunity to buy something while the market's low and, rent it out. Still live in Los Angeles, but maybe down the road, maybe I'd live in Savannah again, be a Southern belle. And let's just say don't go house hunting with both your parents. It's very stressful. It's very stressful. So I think I'm just going to, hold off, save up some money, do this whole thing again by myself and look into it, and weigh this stuff. Just because, I'm not a stupid investor, but, I don't want, negativity the whole time, of no, this place is awful. You're going to have to put so much work into this. Okay, I know. I can make these decisions myself, but I still want to have a fun experience looking and seeing and learning and whatever and enjoying my surroundings. So anyways, the trip in that sense was kind of a bust. Didn't really see much that I would consider investing in. One place looked good, and it's been on the market for, 240 days, something like that. So, I don't think it's going anywhere right now. And at the price, I think the price could come down, but I don't know. My dad wanted me to, offer half of what they were offering, and I'm like, that's not going to work out, and I'm just too stressed. But now I'm going back to LA. I have a very, very, very short job that could turn into a very, very long job starting the day after I get back. And I'm just really excited to see my dogs and get back to my new place and continue moving into my new place because I moved. I don't know if I said that, but I haven't done a video from the new place, so you have no idea. But I'm doing a video from the hotel in Savannah. I'm sorry, I thought that I would maybe do a video from somewhere location-wise in Savannah, but, it's too, I don't know, my dad's here, my mom's here, my friend's here. I have to, sneak away with my laptop or a camera or something like that. It was just, I'm sorry, guys, you just ain't that important in my life. You kind of are. But, it's just between you and me. Don't worry about it. We'll work it out. All right. We have to wake up at 6 a.m. It's 1:30 a.m. I need to get me some beauty sleep before we hit up Waffle House in the morning. So, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.